Groups in regular expressions group different sections of a regex pattern. Big surprise there, eh? You can do so by surrounding the section with parentheses, kind of like bread on a hot dog. Backreferences, on the other hand, are used with groups to refer back to what a group matched without repeating that section in a regex pattern, but more on that in a little bit. I'm Victor, by the way, and I've been using regular expressions for a couple of years now, so I'd like to show you how to use groups and backreferences. You'll be using certain regex features such as quantifiers and character classes from here on, so if you don't understand some of these things, I've linked the regex series to the top right of your screen to help you catch up. Every pattern you've written so far could technically be made into a group by surrounding it with parentheses. The fancy name for it is a capturing group. This simply means once I get a match from this group, save it because I plan on using it in a later section of the regex pattern. How would I use it in a later section, you might ask? By including a back reference in your pattern. Here's an example. The Paris Olympics are coming up, so you'll be seeing a lot of times being measured. So let's look at how you'd match the fastest marathon time of the games. These are usually done in about 2 hours, 3 minutes, and a couple of seconds, so the final time will look something like this. 3 pairs of numbers separated by a colon. You'll first use a backslash and lowercase t with a curly braces quantifier to match the first 2 numbers representing the total hours. Since you're using the colon in multiple places, you can save its match and then reuse it later on by surrounding it with parentheses in the regex pattern. The minutes are matched in the same way as the hours, so you'll repeat the section matching the hours. At this point, you'll need to match the colon again, but since you saved the earlier match, you can refer back to it using a backslash and the number 1, which is the same thing as writing the colon in the parentheses again. So far, this regex pattern says match 2 numbers, a colon symbol, 2 more numbers, and another colon symbol. You might be wondering why you can't just surround the section in the pattern matching the hours and then use a back reference of that to match the seconds. That would only work if the hours and seconds were the same because, and this is very important, a group doesn't save a section of the regex pattern, it saves what that section matched. So a back reference refers to what got matched and not the pattern. Finally, you'll match the seconds the same way you match the hours and minutes to complete the pattern. You can visualize all this in real time while creating the regex pattern using an online regex tester such as regexx101.com. I'm not sponsored by them, but I've used it in the past and found it helpful. It highlights your matches as you type the pattern and gives you a short explanation of what got matched and why. There are many of these out there, but I've used this one before and can vouch for it. It's free with no intrusive ads and doesn't require an account, so give it a try if you think it'll help you out. A little note on back references: since you can have multiple groups in a regex pattern, the number next to the backslash represents the position of each group starting from the left. Use the 1 in the pattern matching the marathon time because you wanted to reference the first group. If you wanted to reference the second group, you'd use a 2 and so on. You can also name your groups if they become too complex or if you prefer working with words instead of numbers. When you place a question mark and a name wrapped in greater than and less than symbols, your group becomes a named capturing group. The back references can also be updated to a backslash, a lowercase k, and the same group's name wrapped in greater than and less than symbols, making it a named back reference. Everything else works as usual. Even though you can mix named capturing groups with numbered back references, I'd recommend using one or the other just to be safe and consistent. 2 things before we dive into the Visual Studio demo. Capturing groups come with a performance penalty because you're saving matches. If you don't want to save matches while still using the features groups offer, you can turn a capturing group into a non-capturing group by adding a question mark and colon at the beginning. Speaking of benefits, you can also use groups to match alternatives. Let's say you have a list of fruits and only want to match either apples or oranges. You can place these 2 inside a regex pattern separated by a pipe. Yes, that symbol everyone uses in the social media bio to separate the achievements none of us care about is called a pipe. This regex pattern says match either an apple or an orange. You can have as many alternatives as you like as long as you separate them with a pipe. Let's switch over to Visual Studio to see all of this in action in a simple console application. We'll be using C# for this demo, so if you're not familiar with it or Visual Studio, I've linked a playlist to the top right of your screen to help you catch up. Go ahead and create a string variable called text and write a sentence with a time inside the double quotes. Next, create another string variable called pattern for the regex pattern and type in the clock pattern you saw earlier. Finally, you'll use a static match method to extract the time from the text, store this in a match variable, and then log that variable to the console. Let's see what you get when you run the application. You successfully matched the time and can do what you want with it. But speaking of time, I'd like a few seconds of yours to let you know I have a Patreon page over on patreon.com/heightabovesealevel if you'd like to support the channel. This custom Visual Studio theme I'm using is one of the benefits of being a patron, along with a couple of others like advanced C# lessons, Visual Studio tips and tricks, game dev content, and more. I named it the Sasuke theme after a popular character in the hit anime series Naruto. It boasts improved syntax highlighting and better visuals than the default Visual Studio theme, so if you'd like to have it and show some support in the process, it's available on patreon.com/heightabovesealevel, and thank you to all of you who do become patrons. Let's see what happens when you replace the capturing group and numbered back reference with a named capturing group and named back reference. You get the same thing because the two are the same. One just uses words. Go ahead and replace the text with a list of fruits. The goal this time is to match 3 different kinds of fruits using the pipe symbol. Next, update the regex pattern to a non-capturing group and include the words apple, orange, and avocado as the alternatives separated by a pipe. You'll use the matches method this time since you want multiple matches, store them in a variable called matches, loop through them, and then log each one to the console. You now get matches whenever any of the fruits you specified are encountered. Take a look. Awesome! Quick recap of everything before I let you go. Groups are used to group sections in a regex pattern. You can use a capturing group with a back reference to refer to a saved match, or a non-capturing group if you just want the capabilities a group offers without saving a match, thus maintaining the performance. Groups and back references can also be named. And finally, you can specify alternatives inside a group separated by a pipe to match one thing or the other. That's a lot for you guys. If you enjoyed the video and learned something new, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more just like it. Leave your questions in the comment section below and I'll get to them as soon as I can. Again, the custom Sasuke theme I'm using is available on patreon.com/heightabovesealevel. There's a Discord server if you prefer chatting over there, link in the description below, and I have a Twitch channel if you enjoy live interactive experiences more over on twitch.tv/avatarvic. The next video in this series covers how to match white spaces and boundaries, so I hope to see you then, if not sooner. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, from me to you, deuces.